So this week, the start of August is certainly a big one for markets, with PMI numbers coming through from China and also payrolls data at the end of this week. So as things stand right now, we have had Chinese data coming through with the official PMI number declining. On the other hand, we have had the Taising private gauge surprising on the upside at 51.1 for the manufacturing sector, up from 54.4 previously, and that has given Asian markets here quite a bit of the boost, with the Hang Seng Index touching a fresh two-year high. In other parts of the world, the European bourses themselves, including the DAX and also the FTSE, has seen week-to-date gains about 0.7%, certainly driven by earnings. And in the US, we have seen the Dow itself touching a fresh all-time high overnight on Tuesday's session, with the anticipation of Apple's results. So the 0.89% increase in Apple shares ahead of the earnings report had actually boosted the indices, but post-earnings we have seen that 6% surge in the after-hours shares, and certainly one to look out for when the market opens again in the US session, especially for the IT sector on Wednesday. So moving on to the rest of this week, what are some of the key items to look out for, and also where are the trading opportunities? I think it is worth a mention of what we have seen for crude prices. So many of the market participants have spotted the fact that WTI futures have actually traded above $50 per barrel and seized this opportunity to long the crude market. But as things stand right now, we did see prices actually reverse to trade below $49 per barrel for WTI futures, and certainly we have seen Brent crude itself dip below $52 per barrel as well. So moving ahead, what are some of the what are some of the items to look out for? So certainly we've seen that what has been driven that downturn was the fact that OPEC themselves had actually reported an increase in terms of output, and what's not helping this is the fact that API report in the US on Tuesday actually showed a 1.8 million build-up in terms of crude inventories, and that does not spell well for the EIA report that's going to be due today, where the market participants are expecting a 3.1 million drawdown in terms of crude inventories. So that could certainly see further downsides for the WTI futures prices. But that said, we have the market looking ahead to the 7th to 8th meeting by OPEC and coal regarding compliance, and that could hold prices for a while, but meanwhile look to testing of the $45.50 support for WTI futures. So the next thing that I really want to highlight is also the fact that we have payrolls numbers coming through at the end of this week. Despite weak ISM manufacturing numbers coming through overnight, we have had the dollar index showing a little bit of a reversal, trading just above 93 level this morning here in Asia. But that said, we are really looking forward to what the payrolls itself is going to show. So the market sentiment itself is not really high for the US dollar at this current moment, but should we actually find a disappointment for payrolls number at the end of this week, deviating from the 180K that the market is expecting in terms of the median consensus, that could really send the US dollar index below the key support around 92.56. So watch out for movements over there into the end of this week.